I'm sure I'm not alone. End of the week and having an empty fridge. This is the reality to many of us. It's not payday yet, and, well, the fridge doesn't really have a whole lot of food in it. Welcome to today's video, where we talk about all kinds of subjects that have to do with saving money. This is embarrassing. Look how horrible that looks. The worst chore that I have is cleaning out the refrigerator. I hate doing it, and I admit it looks pretty nasty. But we're gonna give it a thorough cleaning today and make things look so much better. I thought to myself, well, what better time to clean out this refrigerator than when it's pretty empty? I like having a full refrigerator. I guess that's been ever since my childhood. I always checked the refrigerator to see if it was full or to see if it was empty. I based my philosophy on an empty fridge meant there was no food in the house. So I'm a little bit over concerned when my refrigerator gets a little empty. It's just something I perceive a little different than some people. I tend to panic. I know, I'm a foodie. But I took the drawers out and washed them really good, hot soapy water with a little bit of baking soda. And then I was going to go through everything in my refrigerator to see if I can come up with something I can make for lunch. I found this cookbook when we went to Goodwill with my daughter, and if you missed that video, it was all about the baby. I want to thank all of you who watched it. But I found this, and I thought, well, let's go ahead and let's make this recipe for this soup. If you remember, our neighbor back in the summer gave us some of this. I'm just using the stuff up that she gave. This is the last of it. We have some onions and diced tomatoes. And then we'll add some carrots to it. Now it calls for white beans. I have some navy beans, so we're going to use this. All right, we're going to put this on the stove, and when it comes to really good hot, not quite a boil, then we'll add some of the barley. I took my inventory to see what I have. Now I'm going to go ahead and write up some meal plans that I have until the beginning to the middle of next week, when I do have a budget again for my groceries. With a full stock pantry, I'm able to eat now 6 months off of this pantry. But eventually, the pantry is going to get less and less and less. And so I'm learning to cook more frugal meals. Rice and pasta, potatoes and carbs is what we have a lot of use for when it comes to low-income budget meals. Now, if you're on a dietary restriction, this is almost impossible to do because most people who are on a dietary restriction can't have things with gluten or pasta or things like that. But we eat it in moderation. Meat is a delicacy, so if we have meat in our meals, it's going to be like the appetizer, not the main dish. Empty fridge strategies. You know, look in your refrigerator, and if there's nothing there, take a look at your freezers. If you find yourself with nothing and no, preparedness, then this is kind of hard to do. But most of the people that follow my channel have some type of food pantry stock up, whether it's just a closet shelf or it's a whole room. That can really make a huge difference. If you go to food pantries and they give you something that you don't necessarily know how to cook it, look online and learn how to cook it and learn how to like it. It's all about not as much preference, but about bare bones budgeting and survival. Little bits of cheese can go a long way. I found this in my freezer, and I paid 60 cents for these 2 loaves of bread, and I'm going to be making garlic bread with them, with the one today. And I'll just sprinkle a little cheese on it, a little butter, some garlic powder, and we have garlic bread for 60 cents for just 1 loaf. So it'd be like 30 cents a loaf, and that's cheap. You can't get much cheaper than that. And I always look for discounts wherever I go. Even if I have $10 in my hands, I will always look for discounts because that really helps stretch my food budget. It's not struggling, it's a stewardship. It's doing the best with what you got and doing, making things that maybe you normally wouldn't be eating, but learning to try all different kinds of foods. It was so funny because I used 2 cans of the tomato rotel. I thought they were just plain tomatoes. So now we have a really hot bean and barley soup. What I'm doing is I'm counteracting that. I added a little cream cheese to it, and also we'll add some cheese to it, and I added a few more tomatoes, and now it's perfect. But it's more like a chili soup. I know, that's what happens when you're not paying attention. All right, I'm gonna take 1 of these and we're going to make some garlic bread with it. 30 cents for this loaf. Dinner is served. Now this soup was super duper cheap. I did add a quart of chicken broth just to dilute it a little bit because I really don't like a lot of spicy food. But I wasn't gonna let this pot of soup go to waste because it's one of the best soups I ever made. I added some of these large noodles in to just absorb some of that heat and that spiciness. There you go. A meatless meal that's fit for a king, and some garlic bread to add to it. I'm not grocery shopping yet because I want to use up what I have, and my balance in my budget for it is 0. Yes, I could dip into the other budget where I have it put away, but I'm not doing that because once you start doing that once, it becomes a habit again. So I am going with my budget, and that is under $50 a week. It's been about $20, $25 a week. And wanted to show you what $25 buys in all different scenarios. So we went to Giant Foods, we went to Wise Market, the discount grocery store. Amazon's grocery is the cheapest so far that I have ever been able to do. And I have a full video on that. If you're interested, it's in the description box because it is amazing for me. And for a lot of people, I think it depends on your area. I don't know. I just know it's amazing for me. Paycheck to paycheck. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to look and think, you know, soup is something that is universal in all countries and, you know, all lifestyles. Soup is something that is extremely frugal. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, build your supplies on soup ingredients. I have no meat in here. This soup is pennies on the dollar. And build it on that and maybe have different variations of the soup. A cheap piece of bread, you know, will really fill you and help you, and maybe some crackers from the, you know, Dollar Tree. But soup is amazing. Canned soup at the store is $7 for a can now. You don't need to do that. Buy yourself a few ingredients, 99-cent carrots. This barley was very cheap, and build yourself some soup with that. Take care, everyone. See you guys on the next one. Kamessa! It's time to eat. In case you were wondering, that's Pennsylvania Dutch. Kamessa, everyone! Dip it into my soup and sit down with a good book on this very cold day. About 4 days later. And so now I have my refrigerator all stocked up again. It's so much fun getting the food brought to your door. And it's saving me lots of money. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Cool.
I'm gonna have me an apple. A good old Gala apple.
$2 for that pack. $2 for that.
Ooh, nice and hard. They're not sandy. Ah, baby.
$2 for that pack. 30 cents a piece for the oranges. And this is the fruit haul.
The fruit haul and 4 free water bottles.
And free water bottles.
Frozen water bottles to keep everything cold. You get a free water bottle, 4 of them.